another reason why I know you don't have a foot fetish, because I've heard from men who do, they're looking for more of like a sweaty, dirty, send me your shoes that you've been wearing all day without socks.
I mean, everyone has their own thing. No judgment.
Yeah. I mean, there's no kink shaming here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's no actual foot fetish. Just you admire every quality that a woman has to offer.
True.
Including her feet.
Femininity.
It's Sophia Franklin. You are listening to Sophia with an F, and the F is for phenomenal.
Hi, everybody. I'm sitting here with Jesse McCartney. Needs no introduction. Like, everyone knows who you are. You are a complete icon. And Jesse, this is your what interview of the day?
Oh, I don't know. I've lost count, but it's the most important one. So
thank you.
Yeah.
This one matters the most.
This one matters the
most. That's why we're going to cancel all the other ones that are after
We've
this.
cleared the day, cleared the schedule.
I don't know why I do this to myself, but I'm already mid-sentence. I'm wearing ankle socks.
Yep.
And this does get posted to YouTube, and I just want people to know, like, I would never make a fashion faux pas like this, especially in front of Jesse.
So you can sound off on the comments about her ankles.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you have to own it and like jump on it before everyone else
I have extra socks
does.
in the car. You should have said something.
I almost asked you if you could take your socks off.
And give them to you.
I mean, that would be like the gentleman thing to do.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
it's okay.
I'm not that nice. We just met.
Yeah. I'm like, I need the socks. Well, speaking of socks, there's this foot fetish. Like, I was talking to my team about this recording, and they'll help me like kind of put stuff together for the interview, and they mentioned something about you having a foot fetish.
Fetish with an F. You like that?
Damn.
Yeah, that was like in the early days of Twitter.
Yes.
I like commented on, I was making a joke or a reference to, do you remember the hashtag? It was like Flashback Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so I just was commenting on, I think it was like, I don't even remember whose image it was. It was a Desperate Housewife.
Eva Longoria.
It was Eva Longoria. And I said something about like hashtag Foot Fetish Friday as like a joke to Flashback Friday.
Yeah.
And everyone sort of concocted this idea that
you actually
have this like crazy, deep, weird foot fetish, which isn't true.
Well,
I do like, though, as like a fashion person, I like women's shoes. Like, I just think they're very sexy. So I was commenting on that, but it's not... It's like not that deep.
Well, also, I know you don't have a foot fetish because I just said I would love to wear your socks.
Oh, that's why you didn't wear socks.
No. I
see what you're doing. I see what this whole interview is geared at.
This is the thing. This was not planned whatsoever. It's just like serendipitous. Like God wanted this conversation to happen. But I know you don't have a foot fetish because I just said I wanted to wear your socks. And you said no. And so you turned down a chance for me to
take your shoes off.
And you said no.
I see. Yeah. I mean, look,
mystery case closed.
Case closed.
Like we just proved
we can leave that there. Yeah. No, I mean, I like women's like open toe shoes, and I appreciate like nice
They're
pedicure.
Sexy.
Yeah, I think it's sexy, but it's not like some deep rooted fetish.
Yeah. Okay, so you think feet, and you like them pedicured, though.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
This is another...
Who wants some, like, gross-ass, like,
people with
toe hanging out of their shoe?
People, like, hanging on for dear life, the pinky toe.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
Yeah, like the one that's just kind of doing that. Yep. Can't size up.
Right, but that's another reason why I know you don't have a foot fetish, because I've heard... from men who do, they don't want the pedicure. Like, they're looking for more of like a sweaty, dirty, send me your shoes that you've been wearing all day without socks.
I mean, everyone has their own thing. No judgment.
Yeah. I mean, there's no kink shaming here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's no actual foot fetish. Just you admire every quality that a woman has to offer.
True.
Including her feet.
Femininity.
Yeah, you're a feminist. A modern day feminist is what it is. Okay, that is not how I planned to jump into this episode.
It was a great start.
Right? Like we just ripped
start.
off the Band-Aid. We know so much about each other now. So you grew up in the spotlight. And you seem like you turned out okay.
Yeah,
like
so far.
Yeah, looking at you right now, you seem good.
Cool.
Like you have a good head on your shoulders. And you talk about how thankful you are that you didn't have, I don't know, a breakdown or like these things that we're seeing all the time, right?
Right.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I attribute a lot of my success and my ability to sort of keep it together with the people I keep around me. I think a lot of peers and a lot of people I've grown up with maybe didn't have that as much. But, I've always had a good family, always had great friends. And the friends that I saw weren't great. I just sort of cut out of my life because there was too much to lose. And I think for me, I just cared so much about my career and like it all going up in flames, particularly now. I mean, now it's like such a different environment. And
what do you mean by that?
I just think that like now more than ever, you have to be aware of like that we didn't have social media as a kid. I didn't have all of that and those pressures. And so you're just more aware of your surroundings and who's filming and who's recording. And, I mean, I also just, I had people around me to say no when I needed it.
You had a lot of no people.
A lot of no people,
you.
which is good. And I think that's really key. And I think overall I just kind of had a good moral compass. I attribute that to my folks.
Your upbringing.
Yeah, my upbringing. And I just didn't want to not have a career that I worked so hard to get there. So, yeah.
Okay. I mean.
So no breakdowns, not yet.
Not yet. But we'll see. We'll see. Were your parents like heavily involved like in your music and career even when you were younger?
Yeah, I mean, both my parents grew up making music and they were both musically and theatrically inclined. My parents did a lot of theater here in New York. I grew up here in New York and my mom went to school for theater. So did my father. And so I was just sort of raised in a musical family and it's kind of what we did as a family affair. And then eventually when I was old enough, somebody came to a show and was like, I had like a community performance here in New York and was like, you should bring your son down to Broadway and have him try his hand because I think he's good enough. And so my mom sort of took me down and my mom did end up managing, sort of my career at an early age because I was a kid and couldn't drive to the city. Your
attorney's like, sign this. Your manager's taking all your money.
But it was, it started out as a family thing. And then eventually, I started doing it professionally. And then it sort of snowballed into the career that I now have. But
So you started on Broadway.
I started doing Broadway and Broadway tours. The King and I, when I was like 9 years old, a national tour. And then I did the Christmas Carol with Roger Daltrey here at Madison Square Garden. And so it started there and then turned into other things. I was like a kid going to auditions after school and I would drive down and, do commercial auditions and voiceover auditions, just like every other working act, actor trying to make it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I loved every second of it. And I knew that I had a knack for it. I knew I was good at it. And my parents just built up that confidence because they saw the potential. So it wasn't something that wasn't like child labor where I was forced to do something I didn't want to do.
Yes. It sounds like you absolutely loved it from the get-go.
Yeah.
I was asking because I personally feel like, and even now, me going out onto a stage, I would be so freaked out by that. Did you not? You were just like, I know I'm the shit?
No, it was more just like, I think just like the confidence that my folks gave me. And then I think seeing the reaction of an audience was also very confidence building when you're a young person, to see people clap and applaud and stand up for you. Like it made me feel like I was in the right place and with my people,
Yeah.
So but I mean, I don't get scared at all going on stage. It's like my safe place, actually.
Wow.
I'm going on tour actually in a couple weeks, and it's like the happiest I ever is when I'm out on the road and touring and performing. The only time I ever got sort of nervous, I did a performance for President Obama at the White House back in like 2013, and it was the president and Michelle Obama and like all of these super important people.
I would have.
Yeah, and it was like, I think I did mess up like the first couple lines of the song.
Yeah.
But that was probably the only time I was really nervous.
Yeah. And so you just messed up the first few lines. I would have had a panic attack fully, and then I would have had to take a Klonopin and a propranolol.
Okay. I don't even know what that is.
But apparently you don't need it because you sang in front of Obama and the White House essentially, and you were good to go.
Right.
If you haven't noticed, I'm here to tell you, I'm really trying to change my life. You know why? Health is wealth, and I want to be rich as hell, which is why I've turned to AG1. I've been drinking AG1 every morning on an empty stomach, and I've noticed a difference. Like, actually noticed. I feel more energized and focused. And not only does AG1 deliver my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, and more, but it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's just one scoop mixed in water once a day, every day. And I mean it when I say AG1 has improved my overall well-being. I feel a significant difference in both my mind and my body. And for someone who's always on the go like me, AG1 makes it easy to incorporate daily. And I'm proud to say that this show is sponsored by AG1. One scoop of AG1 and you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, your focus, and maybe most importantly, your aging. AG1 is the supplement I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as a new partner. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/Sofia. That's drinkag1.com/Sofia. Check it out. Did growing up a teen heartthrob affect your dating life?
I guess maybe, but I didn't really notice. I wasn't really having a dating life. I was just working. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention, I guess. I had a girlfriend during the beginning of it that I dated for a couple years, and then that was pretty much it. I mean, I don't remember it affecting it negatively.
Like, were girls like throwing their bras and shit on stage?
Oh yeah, we had a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
The women out here, like, they want you to fucking know how they feel, but you were just so wrapped up in work.
Yeah, I mean, I was working, I was traveling, my schedule was crazy. I didn't really have time. I also was so young, I wasn't really looking for like
Like groupies on the tour bus
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah, I was just after my goals and making money and touring and.
Yeah, you're so career oriented and like having going nonstop. Are you not fucking tired?
All the time.
I'm 5 years
All the
into
time.
this shit and I'm exhausted.
It just gets harder, by the way. Like, it doesn't get any easier, but sleep is like the most important thing to me now. Back in the day when I would tour, like, we would go out after the show with the band and we'd go to bars or clubs and party. And now it's just like after the show, I am in my pajamas and like on a great night, it'll be like a bottle of wine on the back of the bus,
And even that.
And even then, I'm like, why did I drink any wine last night? But yeah, like, I value sleep more than anything now.
So I do as well. Because yes, when you're younger, you can get away with
you can bounce back.
The all-nighter. Like, I used to do an all-nighter once a week, probably.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Then I realized, like, oh, I can't really function as well.
Yeah.
And it just went pew. But I kind of like have issues with sleep a little bit.
I went to a bachelor party actually last week in Nashville with what I hope is going to be the last one. But, because it's just like, it was 3 days in Nashville. And after night one, we all wake up, we're all in our 30s and we're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Can we just skip day 2 and sleep today and we'll pick back up? But, it takes me forever to recover. And I don't like feeling like shit, you know, especially when I have to do things.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to balance it out. I still like a good cocktail, and I still like to go out and have a couple drinks.
But you're way more intentional with it.
Yeah, way more intentional. And I try to be in bed early enough so that I don't have to be up the next day feeling hungover.
Right. Well, that's why I support day drinking 100%.
There you go.
Over drinking at night.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Because it gives your body time to.
Yeah, just start at 10 a.m.
Yes.
And then you're done by 5.
You get me.
Totally.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really sound. By the way, not drinking alcohol is an option as well.
Yeah.
And that's actually really good for you.
Yeah, totally.
Abstaining
Completely.
Mm-hmm.
Mocktails, that's a thing now.
Yes, that's a huge thing now. I think Gen Z, and there's just this huge movement of being alcohol free.
Yeah.
That was came a little bit late.
Mm-hmm.
For my time.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe I'll jump on it. You are married now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at pictures of you and your wife, and she's hot.
Yeah,
as
she's
shit.
a babe.
Stunning, gorgeous.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Speaking of drinking, we met at a bar.
Okay.
I was 25, I think, and I was on my way home from a recording session. It was 1:30 in the morning, which in LA is last call. And my buddy hit me up. It was his birthday. And he's like, how come you're not here? I was like, I'm on my way home, but it's last call. I'm not going to make it. He's like, just come by for a drink. And I reluctantly went. I was driving. And so I was like, I'm not going to be drinking. I have to drive home. And behind the bar, my future wife was working and was already so annoyed that because he had rented the place out. And so she knew that he told her hey, my buddy's coming, just give him a drink when he gets here. And she was trying to shut down and everything. And so
you were the guy that stumbled in right before they were about to close.
Yeah, exactly. So she was already kind of pissed that I was there.
Did you drop the Jesse McCartney I'm famous card
No,
on her?
I didn't. And I've never done that. But it actually, the funny thing is it was really charming because when I decided I got to talk to this girl, she's really cute, I want to take her out. I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I think you're adorable. Can I take you out for a drink or for a coffee to make up for it? And I wrote down my number on a napkin. I was like, hey, here's my number. If you want to text me, I think that's a good play too.
That's
not asking for their information, but just saying, hey. And so I wrote down my number. I walked in and she goes, you didn't put your name down on the paper, which was also kind of a douchebag thing to do is I didn't put my name down. And I was like, of course. Yeah, I'm so sorry. And so I wrote my name down. And I think it was she went out of town the next day with her family, and she texted me and she was like, hey, I'm leaving for a couple of weeks to go on vacation with my family, but when I get back, if you'd like to take me out for coffee or something, let's do it. And then we just kind of kept in touch while she was away through text message, and we texted almost every day.
Really?
Yeah, I was really courting her. I really wanted it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then she got back and we went out, and then we went out again, and then I introduced her to my friends. We did that whole thing, and then the rest was history. We've been together 12 years.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. We got married in 2021.
Okay, so you guys dated for 10.
For 9 years.
Before
we
you
got
got
engaged in 2019, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we were together about 8 or 9 years.
Okay.
And it was clear shit or get off the pot.
Okay, I was gonna ask. All right, what changed?
And I did not want to get off that pot because she's the best. So I proposed in 2019. The plan was to get married in 2020, and then COVID happened. So our whole timeline kind of got shifted. But yeah, she's the best. She'll be coming out on the road with me with our dog in a couple weeks.
You have the dog on the tour bus?
Yeah, she comes out. We have a little 8-pound Yorkie poodle.
Oh, those are so
I know,
cute.
she's so cute. Her name is Bailey. She's 15, and we just took her to the doctor. She's all good. She's super healthy.
Chilling?
She's an old bitch, but she's crushing it, and we love her.
Yeah, she's getting sleep like you.
Yeah, she is.
That's why she's 15.
She's got her own bunk on the bus. She's she's treated like a real queen out on tour.
That is the cutest thing. I want to get a dog. I don't know if I'm responsible enough just yet.
I get it. I didn't want a dog, to be honest with you. It was a 2-for-1 special when I met Katie. It was her dog.
Okay, got it.
She got the dog in junior or senior year of college. And I remember telling my friends, like, yeah, she's amazing, but she has this fucking dog. And like, I don't know if I'm like ready for the whole dog thing. And to be fair, like, and I take credit for this, she was not nearly as trained as she is now because of
Okay.
me. But like, I quickly fell in love with her, and now she is totally my dog.
But would you kind of fake pretend, like in the beginning, to love the dog, right?
100%.
Because that's what I've had to do multiple times.
Yeah.
Like I dated this guy and he had a pug. And when I tell you, I would have the pug on my lap for 2 seconds and I would be covered in hair. Like it looked like I had a blanket.
Okay, yeah.
Like he would shed that and I would just sit there and be like, oh my God, like it's fine. Like no issue.
It was one of the things I said is like, at least this dog doesn't shed, because I'm not into that at all.
If you really like this girl or this guy, you cannot say shit about their animal, their pet.
That's a one-way ticket out of the relationship completely.
It's done.
Yeah, because she would have, I mean, till this day, she will take Bailey before me. Yeah, so, you know, for all the guys watching, definitely, if you meet a girl who has a dog, don't shit on the dog, because it's a fast track to
it's done.
Being over, yeah.
Game over.
I don't know how many times I can give you guys a heads up, but we are hitting the road this summer. Maybe not the road, definitely the tarmac. Italy, Spain, South Africa, Timbuktu, wherever we want to go, we're going. Only this time we will be prepared to mingle with the locals and probably most likely find our husbands. Introducing Rosetta Stone, the most trusted language learning program available on desktop or as an app, truly immersing you in the language you want to learn. I obviously know a few words here and there from various languages. How am I going to clearly communicate that I want that classic flap Chanel bag in the window if I can't say it explicitly? And men, regardless of nationality, need to hear what you want crystal clear. No room for confusion. Zero confusion this summer. All right, ladies? Rosetta Stone offers 25 languages featuring fast language acquisition and speech recognition with a lifetime membership, now 50% off. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a very limited time, Sofia with an F listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership for 50% off. Visit rosettastone.com/Sofia. That's 50% off unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your 50% off at rosettastone.com/Sofia today.
What do you think? And this could be for guys and women listening. And I've actually gotten this question a lot. For a woman to give her man an ultimatum when it comes to marriage. Because I've had girls write in and be like, is that bad that I'm doing that? Like, should I not be forcing it? I think it's a great thing, but I want to hear your perspective.
I mean, no, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to know what you know, what's important to you. And if that is the most important and you are willing to ultimately, you know, pull the trigger on it, then good for you. I mean, everyone, you know, has a different way of going about it. But I think for Katie, it had been like 8-9 years. So
well,
she was like,
say.
you know, she deserved it. And she, you know, I mean, we put a lot of time into the relationship. So it's not like I had any reservations either. I just didn't expect time to creep up on me so quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think giving an ultimatum is totally fine. I mean, you know, do you know?
I think it's totally fine if there's been a significant amount of time together.
I mean, I wouldn't say 6 months in. That might be a little crazy, you know?
But I feel like there's bitches out here that kind of do that shit.
Yeah, well.
I might be one of those bitches.
Oh.
I've never
Have you done that?
Never.
Okay.
But now, like at my age, I'm 31.
Do you want to be married?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you can like give me some pointers.
Have you met have you had any prospects of somebody you could see yourself marrying?
Yes, but we broke up and that's...
Is it because you ultimatumed him?
Yeah. And it was 6 months in. No, I'm just kidding.
You weren't wearing socks. So what's going on with that?
Well,
So you guys broke up.
yeah, but that was like a while ago.
Okay.
And a little bit like you, just not as successful. I've been very career oriented.
Yeah.
And now, though, women have this thing that's called a biological clock.
Yeah.
And if I want babies, like I kind of need a,
Yeah.
So I think because of that, I might be like the 6 months in type of bitch. Like, are we getting married or what?
That's fine. I mean, just date with intention. Don't mess around. Like, you'll know in the first month or so, like, is this somebody that I should spend more time with or not,
Yeah. How early in the dating phase can I ask, like, are you looking to get married and have kids without coming off crazy?
I think pretty early. I mean, I think within the first few dates, like, you can ask, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I love that I'm the dating guru now. It's making me feel so old. I think you can. I think it's like totally, especially in your 30s. I don't think it comes across as like, forward by saying, hey, what are your plans in the next 5 to 10 years? Do you want a family? I mean, that's a very honest question.
Okay, the way you phrased it right there, that I like. That was a good
Yeah,
way
I
to
wouldn't go,
phrase it.
do you want to marry me? Like on the first night. But, I think
I'm looking to get married and have kids within the next, I don't know, pretty soon. So let me know if you want it or not.
Yeah.
Like, don't go in like that. Maybe more relaxed.
Yeah. I mean, you know how to speak. You speak every day to people. I think, there's a way to finesse that question so that it comes across as like normal.
Yeah. Normal. What's your 5-year plan?
My 5-year plan?
No,
oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So the hypothetical man sitting across from you? Yeah. What's your 5-year plan? Like family wise, do you want a family?
Yeah. And then if he
says no, by the way, then you know.
And then I know. And then I'm not wasting
Then you have to
time.
waste any more time.
And if he asks me, I'm going to play it cool and be like, I don't know yet. Or is that? No?
No, I don't think so.
See, I just feel like guys really.
But because you do know though, right? So don't play games. Just tell them.
Now I won't. But you have to realize I've spent my whole life going into that first date. Like, I'm just here to have fun and I don't even care what we're doing and I don't want anything serious.
Because you want to come across as what?
Like relax.
Right.
Like the cool bitch.
Right.
Like the cool girl.
Yeah, I think those days are over.
Those days.
I think they should be for you. I mean, like, just be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest. Because that's gonna come across more genuine, I think, than if you try to be like coy about it. And then 3 months later you change your mind and say, well, what I really meant was, and it's like, whoa, I thought you were a cool chick,
Yes.
So don't do that.
I agree with you now. But I also have told girls to not really show their true colors until they have the guy hooked and in love with them.
Well, this is bad information that you're giving.
But that was
These are the kind of girls men don't want to be with. Are girls who say one thing and then mean another. This is like the whole issue.
Okay, well,
with dating.
Well, but now I'm transitioning. That was the old me.
Okay.
That's the old Sofia. I'm growing.
Yes.
The new me is like just be straight up and honest on the first date. And, you don't need to act a certain way. Although I don't even think I was acting. I think I genuinely have not wanted something serious. Now I do.
I think men in general love confidence and women with a voice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, they want to know where you stand and they'll respect you more for it.
Wow. Look, I mean, you should have a podcast about dating.
Maybe.
If you ever feel like you want to,
Thanks. Thanks.
I think you have bigger things you're doing right now, but just saying.
I appreciate
down the
it.
road. So you and your wife, she was a bartender. You guys met. What other tips? I don't know why I just get the feeling like you're good at giving dating advice because you're living it.
Okay.
What advice would you give to a person like me where I want to get married? And I've never really had serious relationships.
I mean, you gotta start looking in the right places, I guess. I mean, I'm not like the best focus group because my life is very specific. And I don't know, I'm not on dating apps. I met Katie before the whole dating app craze, so I never really got to experience what that's like. But from what I hear, it's very complicated and very frustrating. Do you do the dating app thing?
Well, I was going to say it's extremely frustrating when you're kicked off the best one.
You were
you're
kicked?
banned for life.
What did you
off
do?
The best one. So yeah, it is pretty frustrating.
You're really selling it. You're selling yourself here. So what happened?
It was when I first launched Sofia with an F, and I said, for everyone who subscribes to the show and leaves a rating and a review.
Gets a date?
No, but I should do that.
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna. That's like a lot of dating, though.
You'd be racking up those numbers like crazy.
Big time. I'd have to do it like 15-minute speed dating thing. But I said, send me the screenshot of you subscribing to the show, liking, commenting, and I'll give you my friend pass.
And what does a friend pass include?
Well, from the dating app, a friend pass gives you kind of cred to be accepted into the app.
I see.
Because it was kind of this upper echelon dating app.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't like that.
Okay.
I was using their friend passes to get subscribers for my show. I thought it was good publicity.
And slightly manipulative?
Extremely.
Okay.
But I had thousands of people sending me, and I had
bet you
4
did.
friend passes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gave them away. And I also had my friend give some of his away too.
Did anything come of it in terms of friendships or relationships or anything happen there?
No,
Okay.
just I think the founder of that particular app really doesn't fuck with me.
Okay.
To the point where one of his good friends is now one of my good friends and reached out on my behalf.
Uh-huh.
And he left him on red.
Okay.
So I think I'll never be getting back on that app. But
okay.
I also I want to meet someone organically, I think. Not that I really care, because my last boyfriend, and that was a great relationship, I did meet him on said app that I now cannot access.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess, meeting someone organically or not, I don't really care as much. But I think for me, I need to make some room for dating.
Yeah.
I haven't at all.
Well, that's step one for sure.
Is make room, is go on a date.
If it's really important to you, you got to carve out some time for that. But
yeah.
I don't think you'll have a problem meeting some respectable, good guys that are,
Yes.
I think you've got access to a good pool of men who are
I do.
available.
I do. I actually have I've left 3, 4, 5 really great dudes just on red.
Why?
I don't know. I think I have commitment issues.
Okay. Well, is it because you don't want to be a part of a club that'll have you as a member kind of situation?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't know what it is, but I'm getting over those because now I'm saying right here, right now, I want.
Are you attracted to the guy who kind of leaves you on red?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I need the guy has.
So why would you do that then? Why would you do that?
I think because I'm I don't know.
You like to play hard to get kind of thing?
No, I'm not even playing games.
You just leave him on red because you forget to rate
Maybe
him back?
because I've been in this on again, off again relationship. So I haven't felt I can fully just be single.
So there's a past that you're not over yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
well,
a little bit of
you
that.
got to iron that out.
Yeah. That's step
therapy,
one.
maybe.
Therapy, baby.
Therapy, maybe.
Oh, I thought you said therapy, baby. I'm is BetterHelp? Is BetterHelp sponsoring this?
Therapy, maybe. But
yeah.
no, if you have some past relationships that aren't, you need to tie up those loose ends.
I do. Yeah. I have a history of relationships overlapping, which is really not cool and not fair. So I won't do that again. Hence why they're being left on red.
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of that's a silver lining.
I believe in you. You'll figure it out.
Thank you so much.
I'm making serious changes in my life right now. All for the better, of course. And today I'm introducing you to my new favorite item that I keep in my purse. Say hello to Ripple. Ripple is a British startup launched by a brother and sister duo to get the world's off nicotine. Ripple is a 0% aromatic diffuser to puff on with plant-based ingredients, organic base, and natural aromas, helping you replace your bad habit, but also with added benefits. Each flavor has a specific benefit and is formulated with plant extracts to give you a little boost throughout the day. My current favorite flavor is Focus, which has bacopa and sage with a mango aroma, and I just love using it throughout the day while I work. It helps me stay locked in and satisfied and not reaching for that other thing that is not so good for you. And the absolute best part about Ripple is their non-addictive formulas. So if you're like me and trying to make better habits, you should absolutely join me with Ripple. I would not lie to you, Sloots. Use my discount code SOFIAF for 15% off at theripplecode.com.
This is the last dating question I'm going to ask you, and then it's going to be all about Jesse.
Okay.
I promise.
Anything you want.
I feel like it's already all about you, you know?
I'm on your time.
Do you think famous guys prefer non-famous girls?
I don't know. I don't know what other famous guys think.
You don't?
I mean, I think it's different for everybody. I think there's value in dating somebody who can relate to the schedule and to the lifestyle and to the ins and outs of the entertainment industry. I think there's a lot to be said about that. There's maybe a little bit more of an understanding, but there's also when you date somebody who is in the public's, eye or in the spotlight, there's just, it is hard. I mean, people have their own careers and it's hard to like make time for each other.
Yeah.
I think, there's arguments for both sides.
I could see, because people assume my DMs are flooded with like celebrity dudes, like athletes or whatever it is. No. Like no one people slide into my DMs. No one famous. And I think
is that what you want? You want somebody famous?
I actually prefer non-famous.
Cool.
I assume that I'm gonna need to cater to them. But you're making me think differently.
Well, no, I mean, there is definitely some sacrifices that are made. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, my wife, she's the absolute best, and she's absolutely made some major sacrifices in her life in order to let me achieve some of the things I want to. She's had to put stuff on the back burner for herself. She's the most gracious, when it comes to that. And you know what you're signing up for, I think. And you have to be willing to deal with that. But it sounds like if you're not willing to deal with that, you've eliminated a huge part of the dating pool immediately. So that's good. You want somebody you want somebody in like what? Finance or like somebody that does banking?
Yes, yeah. That wears the
like an
vest.
Insurance salesman.
They wear the vest.
Yeah, vest.
Yeah.
Somebody in law enforcement.
Yeah.
Somebody who,
I don't think law enforcement would be like some Law and Order shit.
Yeah.
And once again, it wouldn't be
and
about
you're not
me.
trying to get arrested.
Exactly.
With everything you got going on. So what about, so just somebody outside of the entertainment world or the sports world, somebody that's not famous.
Well, okay. The real reason is I assume everyone that's an athlete or musician or actor cheat.
Oh.
But now that I'm talking to you and like I have, I follow you and your wife, like you can tell you guys have this genuine, amazing relationship.
Yeah.
So you're making me think differently.
Well, good.
Like maybe there's some down to earth, good level-headed guys that don't do that are famous.
There's plenty.
There are?
There's plenty.
Okay. So maybe I'll give it a try. Jesse, you are about to go on tour.
Yeah. And
what cities will you be performing, or where can they find the list?
So I I don't know, go online. You can find all the dates. But I start in Austin is when the tour kicks off April 12th. So just in
Okay.
like a week and a half. It's a U.S. tour. It's like 24 shows around the U.S.
That's a lot.
And yeah, but I'll be in every major city and some of the smaller ones even. But yeah, it's like a month and a half tour. It ends in Los Angeles on May 16th. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's my first tour in a few years. So
In how many years? Like 3?
Yeah, I think 2.5 or 3 years.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be all over the U.S. They can go online and find the dates. But
Can I get a ticket for free?
of course you can. Are you going to be where you're in New York, right? Okay, yeah. So
Will you
come
guys
to the
be-
New York show.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Me and a +1, but I don't want to
It's
pay.
sold out, but you can. We'll leave a ticket for you and your famous date.
Yes, my famous date. You're like, it's completely sold out and there's no room for you. And no, you can't have a backstage
We absolutely
pass.
will hold a couple tickets for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jesse, this has been great. I wanted to ask you about Beautiful Soul.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that song will go down in history. I was listening to it on YouTube. It has how many like views on YouTube?
A lot.
Like 60 million. Like it was a crazy amount.
It was a lot.
Insane. What was it like for you when that song came out?
It was crazy. I mean,
Hysteria.
I've told this story before, but it's a fun little anecdotal thing. I remember hearing it for the first time. It had just been released, and I had known it was on the radio, but I hadn't heard it yet. And the first time I heard it, I was in high school still. I was a senior, and I just finished my SAT exam, and I was coming out of class thinking like, it didn't go well, that I just bombed the math, which I kind of did. But I got in my car, I'm driving home, and I turned on the radio, and Beautiful Soul was on the radio. And I just remember thinking like,
fuck school.
Forget it. Like, I don't care.
Fucking
I don't care
education.
what happened on my SAT exam. My song's on the radio. And so that was like my first experience of like seeing this whole thing sort of crystallize and come together. And then the next year was just like pandemonium, just traveling the world. And the song was huge internationally. It's sort of like, it's where I cut my teeth. It's gave me the platform that I have now. And yeah, I mean, that song is now 20 years old this year, which is wild to think about. And it's a pop song that I feel like defined the aughts. Like, it was one of those songs that is such a part of the early 2000s culture and
Absolutely.
people that grew up during that time. And now like young women will show up with their little kids, like a 1 or 2 year old kid, and they're singing Beautiful Soul.
Oh my
it's like
God,
full circle.
That is so cute.
It is really cute.
Okay, see, can I go to the concert,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
see this, and
You
I want to
can.
sing that song. Do you switch up your set every time?
Yeah, totally. So I mean, I always play some of the old, the old hits, because who doesn't love hearing their favorite songs? And then generally I tour after a new project's been released. So
Yeah.
the new EP, All's Well, comes out the 5th.
I'm going to put it in the description, of course.
So yeah, so I'll play the new songs for me, and then the old songs for them.
Yeah.
And it's a really fun show. It's like, an hour and a half, 2 hours of music, and have an incredible live band and incredible lighting production. And it's a really fun show, but we curate the set list every time. And I actually, after my New York trip, I'm going down to Oklahoma City where we rehearse and doing all of that, producing the show. Yeah.
I mean, you started on Broadway when you were a fetus. I'm like exaggerating, but so I already know your performances live must be just insane.
Yeah.
You're a great live performer, and I know that without watching.
Oh, yeah.
But I will be there.
I appreciate
to confirm.
it. You will confirm it.
Yes. Okay, Jesse, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
And we'll put all the details below. And Sloots, I will talk to you next week. Make sure to subscribe.